Hi everyone, welcome to The Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker HD walkthrough. This is Chapter 10, and we will be covering a lot of collection and the Earth Temple, the next dungeon in the dungeons. So first off, we're going to cover a few side quests that we could have done earlier, but it's best to do now, I suppose. Or I've waited to do them now. The first one is the trading sequence. So, we started this actually earlier in Chapter 4 when we got the town flower, but and then we traded it in Chapter 5 for the sea flower at Greatfish Isle, and then the exotic flower at Greatfish Isle again to the same merchant. So there are merchants at Mother and Child Islands, which to get there you can't warp to Mother and Child Island. You have to warp to Tingle Island and go northwest one sector, and then Bomb Island, which is north one sector of Forest Haven, and then of course there's one at Greatfish Isle. So there are basically the end result is heart piece number 35, and I've cut out most of the traveling to get to the islands. There are a bunch of items, and there are two ways to get the heart piece. One is to get all of the items, which will cost you 755 rupees. The other way will only cost you 560 rupees, but you won't get all of the items. All of the items will then be available at Zunari's shop, and you can use them for decoration around Windfall and other places around the Great Sea. So, I recommend the shorter route, but in the video I did the longer route just for completion's sake, getting all of the items. So, in the video description, I have a list of every step you need to get for either one, but I'll say them right now. So, the one in the video, the route I'm going through, is obviously Town Flower at Windfall Island, Sea Flower at Greatfish Island, Exotic Flower at Greatfish Island, and then the Pinwheel at Mother and Child Island, then the Sickle Moon Flag at Bomb Island, then the Big Catch Flag at Mother and Child Island, and then the Fountain Idol at Greatfish Island, and then the Skull Tower Idol again at Greatfish Island, and then the Big Sail Flag at Mother and Child Island, and then the Hero's Flag at Greatfish Island, and then the Postman Statue at Greatfish Island again, and then the Shop Guru Statue at Mother and Child Island, and then Heart Piece number 35 at Greatfish Island. So, you'll see this all go through kind of fast on the screen. So, but again, I'm listing in the video description every step for that, and that'll cost you again 755 rupees because you have to pay them every time. So also remember, after you get the exotic flower, that you are also entitled to the magic armor from Zunari, so you can go to Windfall and pick that up, which we already did. So, the shorter route skips the Pinwheel, the Big Catch Flag, and the Skull Tower Idol, and I'll list that out right now. So after you have the exotic flower, you can get the Sickle Moon Flag from Bomb Island, the Fountain Idol from Bomb Island, the Big Sail Flag from Mother and Child Island, the Hero's Flag from Greatfish Island, then the Postman Statue from Greatfish Island, then the Shop Guru Statue from Mother and Child Isles, and then Heart Piece number 35 from Greatfish Isle. And that's the trading sequence. So it takes a lot longer than the 4 minutes of it that I showed on screen, but it's actually not too bad as long as you know where to go. It can be pretty difficult otherwise. So the rest of this video is two other side quests. One is the Withered Deku Trees, and I've decided to speed up the rest of this video to 2 times speed because we're going to be taking on the Withered Deku Trees and then the Eye Reefs during this sped up time. I'll still do commentary normally. It's a lot of repetition, a lot of sailing around, and there's not much to comment on, so I figured I'd speed it up, and it's not much to see either. So One thing that you can do now, though, that we finished the Forsaken Fortress, is you can head to a post box, and Tango will have sent you a incredible chart, which will show you the locations of the Triforce pieces, which we'll do after we do the next 2 dungeons. So that'll be one of the last things we do in the game. But you can do that whenever. So you can skip ahead to chapter 12 when it's out, if you are looking for the Triforce pieces, because that's where that'll be. So to start the Withered Deku trees, you have to go to Forest Haven. You probably noticed that a lot of the core oaks have been around islands with their withered trees, and they've been asking you to get forest water. So you have to step in one of the rivers to grab the forest water. One other thing is this guy here, this core oak that's still in the Forest Haven, he will make you blue potion for, like, I think it's 15 or 20 Bokobaba seeds. So that's pretty nice. You don't need the chew jellies to get blue potion. But anyways, after 30 minutes of being outside Forest Haven, the forest water will just turn into normal water, but you can use it as many times as you want. So this this side quest is a lot harder in the GameCube version, but I'm going to use the same route as if, like, you can use this for the GameCube version. The GameCube version, you only get 20 minutes, not 30 minutes, and you also don't have the Swift Sail. So you're going to be cutting it pretty close in the GameCube version, but in the Wii U version, this is a cinch. You don't even need to warp. It's that easy. So, first destination is east 1 sector to Cliff Plateau Isles. We've already been here to collect a treasure chart, but you can go through this area again. The chapter we were in, it was chapter 5. But basically, it's pretty self-explanatory if you haven't been through the area yet. You just have to light a Deku stick on fire, go in the Bokubaba leaf or whatever, and then throw the stick at the planks to burn them. So once you get to the top, you'll just pull out your water and pour it on the tree. You don't have to talk to the core oaks, but you can if you want. Then you want to hop back on the King of Red Lions and warp to Southern Fairy Island. Excuse me. Sorry, warp to Tower of the Gods, and then head south to Private Oasis. That's right. I was looking at my notes, but I remember I did the order differently in the actual video. So yeah, warp to Tower of the Gods and head south to Private Oasis. And then you can get out, go to the southern side of the island, and then pour the water on the Deku tree, the withered tree. After that, you want to warp to Tower of the Gods again, and this time go north 1 sector to Eastern Fairy Island. There is another withered Deku tree there that you can pour water on. Also, I want to say sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've just moved in for college, so I won't be uploading nearly as much as I was during the summer, but I will still be. Thursdays seem to be the day where I'll be able to do my narration, so you'll probably see videos come out Thursday or Friday every week or every other week, depending on how busy I am with schoolwork. So, but I am still making them, just slowly and steadily. after you get the Southern Fairy Island, after you get the Eastern Fairy Island tree, you want to warp to Southern Fairy Island and head west one sector to Shark Island. So get the withered Deku tree at Shark Island, then warp to Greatfish Island, and on top of this spiral walk, can't speak today. On top of the spiral rock, there will be another withered Deku tree that you can pour the forest water on. So, like I was saying earlier, you don't need to warp in the Wii U version. You just need the Swift Sail, and you'll be able to do it in about 12 minutes. So after the Greatfish Island, you want to head southeast to Needle Rock Island. I know in the video I screwed up, but if you're playing on the GameCube version, you definitely want to go southwest to Needle Rock Island. But the Wii U version, if you screw up, it's not that bad. After you get the one at Needle Rock Island, you can head to Tangle Island, warp to Tangle Island, and then sail up to Mother and Child Isles, and get the Wither Deku tree there. Also on Mother and Child Island, there is a blue choo-choo that you can grab if you haven't gotten it yet. Then you want to head north one sector to Star Island, and this should be the last one on your stop. Unless you also forgot Needle Rock Island like I did. So once you finish this quest, you will be able to get heart piece number 36. It will drop from the tall tree that grows up. So after this, there are only 8 more heart pieces left to get in the game. Yeah, we're almost done with all the heart pieces. So the next side quest that I'll be doing is all of the eye reefs all in a row, and I will be collecting their treasures as well. So you get a treasure chart from each of them. There are 6, and I will be collecting all 6 treasures you get from them as I go too. So I'm going to keep the video sped up for that. And so the fastest route to get all of them and all their treasures is to start at Tower of the Gods, and you want to head west to Six-Eyed Reef. from this reef. Basically what you do with a reef is you have to destroy all of the cannon ships and... Well, you might not have to destroy the cannon ships inside, but you have to destroy all of the cannons on the reefs. I'm not sure if you have to destroy all of the cannon ships. I mean, it's best that you do, because otherwise they're just going to be shooting at you. But you have to shoot down all the cannons that are on the walls of the reef. In Six-Eyed Reef, there are 4 on the corner, I guess. I don't really know what to call them, pillars. And then there should be 2 more, one on each east and west wall. So then a treasure chest appears on one of the pillars, and you have to go up to the highest spot and use your deco leaf to fly over there. And basically all of the reefs come down to doing this, and so that's another reason why I decided to speed up this part, because there's nothing really new going on. It's pretty much the same thing for each reef. So, but from Six-Eye Reef you can get treasure chart number 26. Now, we want to head west one more to Cyclops Reef. So yeah, we're going from the six-eyed one to the one-eyed one. This one, I think there's even more cannons on the walls, or it feels like it, because there's only one pillar in the middle. Watch out for the sea hats in this sector, because they can get kind of annoying. And then take care of the cannon ships as well. I think there's only one inside the Cyclops Reef, so. Then in the Cyclops Reef, you have 1 cannon on each wall, and then 4 cannons around the center pillar. So take those out, and a treasure chest will appear. You'll have to go to the highest spot on the outer reef, and then fly over to the middle to pick up treasure chart number 21. Now when you open that, you're going to want to open that treasure chart up right away, because the treasure is actually for this reef right here, Cyclops Reef. Another little trick you can do instead of walking all the way around, if you see that the highest part is on a part that you can't walk up, is just to fly over like I did in the video there. So yeah, there will be a lot of wind changing while doing this. But like I was saying, you can use treasure chart number 21 to get the treasure here at Cyclops Reef, which turns out to be the light ring chart, which is a chart that tells you where all the light rings appear during a full moon. These aren't special at all, these light rings. I've never gotten them, to be honest. I think they're just rupees, but I won't be covering them in this walkthrough because, well, they're not important to me. So there's something you can find on your own. Now you want to head northeast to Northern Triangle Island and pick up the treasure that we just got from the Six-Eyed Reef and treasure chart number 26. That will net you the Octo chart. You can use this then to find the 8-eyed octos that I didn't cover in the walkthrough, and I'm not going to, because they just give you 100 rupees each. So I covered the important ones, the 2 that gave you the piece of heart and the 1 that gave you the magic meter upgrade earlier in the walkthrough. But so you'll get charts like these from the eye reef treasures. And they're not going to be too useful if you're watching the whole walkthrough, but if you're only watching parts of the walkthrough, they'll probably be pretty useful to you, so you might want to pick them up. Now you want to head to Outside Island and head north one sector to Five-Eyed Reef. So in Five-Eyed Reef, a lot of the cannons are in pairs, so you'll either have to shoot twice or hit them right in the middle to get rid of both of them. There's some on the corners, and then on the middle pillar, there's 2 on each side. So make sure you grab those before going up, and you can open this chest for treasure chart number 41. So once you grab this treasure chart, you're going to want to warp to Southern Fairy Island and head south to Two-Eyed Reef. You'll notice that treasure chart number 41 is also part of a reef, but we won't be able to get that right now. Oh, sorry. Looked at my notes wrong. You want to head to Greatfish Island instead of Southern Fairy Island. We'll head to Southern Fairy Island in a second, but to get the fastest reef route, head to Greatfish Island and then head west to Three-Eyed Reef. So you can head into Three-Eyed Reef, and there are cannons on all 3 pillars on both sides. So there are 6 cannons in this one. Take them out diligently and try not to get hit too much. So doing these all in a row can take a toll on your health, so you might want to bring along a potion or elixir soup or a fairy or something to make sure you don't die in the middle. Also, note that you can use your magic armor if you have quite a bit of rupees. If you've been following the walkthrough, you definitely should have that. Even this video, because we did the trading sequence earlier, so. So at Three-Eyed Reef, you can go ahead and pick up treasure chart number 32. Now we want to head north 2 sectors to Four-Eyed Reef. 2-eyed reef is pretty easy unless you're in the middle of the pillars, because there are cannons on the middle of the 4 pillars. But once you take those out, treasure chest will appear. You can climb up and use your deco leaf to get across, and pick up treasure chart number 19. Also, while you're here, grab the treasure that we got from 5-eyed reef to get the Great Fairy chart. So this chart will show you where all the Great Fairies are. There are still 2 more that we haven't gotten, but we will get them in the next video, so don't worry about those. So once you've gotten treasure chart number 19, then you want to go ahead and warp to Southern Fairy Island. And you want to head south 1 to get to 2-eyed reef, which is the final reef. So here at 2-eyed reef, you're going to want to take out the cannon ships, and then the cannons that are on the pillars and the walls, they're kind of off-center in this one, so that's where you can look for them. And then head on up after you do that, and grab treasure chart number 13. So that will leave us with 3 treasures that we have yet to pick up. So to grab the first one, head east 1 sector to the boating course. Or east 2 sectors, sorry. So this treasure is the Sea Hearts chart. Basically it shows where all of the treasure charts that lead to pieces of heart are on the Great Sea. But luckily for you, if you're watching the walkthrough, I cover all of those, so you don't really need this chart. Unless you're not watching the whole walkthrough, which then I have to ask, why aren't you? You might have to ask yourself that too. Next, you want to warp to Dragon Roost Island and head east 1 sector to the flight control platform and snag the treasure there for the Island Hearts chart. So this will then show you all the pieces of heart you can find that aren't underwater. And again, I'm covering all of these, so if you're watching the whole walkthrough, this chart is kind of useless, but required for 100%. Finally, we want to head north 1 sector to Overlook Island and grab the chest, or the treasure, the sunken treasure there, for the secret cave chart, which might be useful because I won't be covering all the secret caves. If you want to explore a little bit more on your own, you can use this chart to know which islands have secret caves. Although I will be covering quite a bit of them, so that's for you. But anyways, now you can warp to Tower of the Gods, and I will see you in the next video, Part B.